Hello, I'm Ludo Ducrot. Like more and more people around the world, I'm a whiskey enthusiast. Today, I would like to help you appreciate the complex flavors that Scotch whisky develops over its long years of maturation. What you need is a nosing glass. You could use a tumbler, which is ideal if you want to add ice to your whisky. Or you could use a nosing glass. The idea is that your glass is narrower at the top, so it concentrates the aromas and it makes it easier to nose or smell your whisky. You also need a good Scotch whisky. This is a bottle of Grant's. This whisky was first blended in 1898 by William Grant. Today, it is owned and blended by the 5th generation of his family. And you also want some water. Quite simply, you pour yourself a dram and smell it, nose it. Depending on what you're nosing at home, you'll be able to get different flavors. If you're smelling a single malt from the Speyside region, you might think that it's quite sweet and quite rich. It might be smoky if you're enjoying a whisky from one of the islands in Scotland. It could be sweet and spicy if you're enjoying a single grain whisky. On the palate, more flavors might develop. The mouthfeel, the texture, the finish will vary from whisky to whisky. An old whisky will tend to have a long, sometimes dry, woody finish. A younger whisky can be quite fresh, quite crisp. Next, you want to add some water. I would recommend 1 part water to 2 parts whisky. Once you've added the water, you want to give your whisky a swirl, put your hand on top of it, and give it a shake. And what this does is, it opens up your whisky. It makes it easier to tell apart the different flavors. Again, depending on the whisky you're tasting, you'll be able to get different flavors. What I can smell is fruity flavors. This whisky is quite sweet. There's a bit of smoke in there, some peat flavors. Overall, you should be able to find similar flavors to the ones that you smelled first without water, but this time you should be able to get more. On the taste, you might notice that the mouthfeel is different. The finish will tend to be shorter once you've added a bit of water. Personally, I think for a whisky like this, it makes it lighter and more fruity, perfect for a pre-dinner drink. If you'd like to come and talk to me about your favorite whisky, or if you'd like to share your comments or questions with fellow whisky enthusiasts, why don't you come and join me on Grant's After Hours Whisky Club, which you'll find at grantswhisky.com/afterhours. Slàinte mhath.